Hi, I'm John Hand, and welcome into Miller Park. And if you're a Brewers fan right now, there is plenty to be happy about. Well, for starters, it's a gorgeous day. The roof is open. It's going to be a beautiful night for baseball. And two, the Brewers have won 4 straight series, and tonight they welcome in the Mets. And the third piece of good news is that Zach Davies and Ryan Braun are coming off the DL. Zach Davies will be getting the start tonight. He went on the DL April 29th with a right shoulder injury, but the Brewers are hoping that he will be able to give their starting rotation a little bit of boost, as they also reinstated Chase Anderson earlier this week off the DL. And they're going to couple that with their bullpen, which has the best ERA in Major League Baseball. So Craig Counsell has a lot to be happy about. Here's what he had to say to us pregame. Thanks, Bill. And one of the great things about baseball is that there's a new game every day. And that is exactly what the Brewers need today, as they get another run at Chicago after a tough extra innings loss last night. The Cubs have been the Brewers' kryptonite so far this season, with Chicago taking 8 of the last 9 games against Milwaukee. Tonight, the Brewers are turning to righty Chase Anderson, who has been struggling as of late. He's given up a combined 11 earned runs in his past 3 starts. But the good news for Anderson is that in his last outing against Chicago in April, he went 7 strong innings, giving up just 1 earned run and 5 hits. So hoping he can get a little bit more of that magic tonight. One more note for you before I turn it back over to you guys is that Matt Alberts has been placed on the 10-day DL with a right shoulder injury. He was the guy responsible for that 5-run 11th inning last night, so he's going to get a little rest and hopefully he can regroup. I'll have more on the Packers minicamp as well as what happens in this game between the Brewers and Cubs at Sports at 10. For CBS 58, I'm John Hand. I'm not sure what it is, but when the Brewers bats see the Phillies, their bats seem to gain superpowers. Heading into today's game, the crew has tallied 40 runs in just a week's time. The Brewers continue to be hot by opening scoring early. Travis Shaw to first, connects to right. Christian Yelich scores, touches up, 1-0 lead Brewers, but the Phillies respond in the top of the 5th. Andrew Knapp sends one out of the park to tie the game up at 1. The Phillies are currently leading it 2-1. Another note from this game, Ryan Braun also reaching a milestone by getting his 200th career stolen base. More on this game coming up tonight at 10. Sticking with baseball, Jarred Kelenic makes it official. The first Wisconsin player to ever go in the top 10 of the MLB draft signs with the New York Mets. The outfielder out of Waukesha was taken 6th overall earlier this month. He is now a very rich young man. Injuries on the offensive line have limited production and limited the Packers' offensive production so far this season, but the Green and Gold have tried to do some things to change it up. This offseason, Jason Spriggs is pulling his weight in the trenches. The offensive tackle not only recovered from Week 16 knee injury, but he also was packing on the pounds. He went up 19 pounds from last season. Spriggs is hoping that his bigger build will help him be more of a force in the run game to stop some of those bull rushes off the edge.
Well, right now in an OTAs, it was being able to play at the weight, keeping the foot speed, being able to be agile, things like that. In the future, I think it's just going to be getting comfortable at whichever place they put me and be able to be the consistent player that I can be.
Fred Couples will return to Madison next week to defend his AmFam championship. The final field has been set for the tournament. Fellow World Golf Hall of Famers Davis Love III, Tom Kite, and Vijay Singh have also committed to playing in what is arguably the strongest field on the Champions Tour this season. The Steve Stricker tournament will tee off on Friday at University Ridge Golf Course. Staying with golf, let's check in on what's going on at the U.S. Open.
I like being in the lead for sure. It's less shots you got to make up. But yeah, I mean, right now I'm in a good position going into the weekend. Don't know if I'll have the lead or not.
Dustin Johnson may like being in the lead, but the world's top-ranked golfer has lost his lead in New York, giving it up to reigning U.S. Open champ Brooks Koepka. Koepka won last year's tournament at Erin Hills, is currently at even par. Meanwhile, Steve Stricker picking up a couple strokes at 11 over. He shoots a 73. The Wisconsin native has yet to miss a cut at a major championship since 2010, one of the most unique streaks in all of golf. We'll have plenty more for you with Sports at 10.